for Mindful Attraction 2.0. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the type of confidence that men find highly attractive, that men find sexy. All right, and this is going to be very different because a lot of people have a misconception about what confidence is. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go deep into the rabbit hole, find out what confidence is not, find out what confidence is, and how to gain true confidence, true self-esteem that's devoid of external stimulus. Right. So for those who want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, you can follow me here. You'll see the link below. You see the link on the screen right here, and also you can follow me on Snapchat. Don't try that. Also, if you guys need one-on-one coaching, just go to mindfulattraction.org/indie coaching. If you guys want to attend my seminar, you guys are also going to be able to see the link below. I have a seminar coming in LA, August, the second week of August. All right. So let's get started. Confidence is not feeling good all the time. A lot of women believe that confidence is just an emotion. That confidence is just feeling good and feeling better than somebody else. Anytime that you base your confidence on how you see yourself compared to other people, that's not real confidence. Also, confidence is not the reactive emotional pain, wherein you feel pain, which is not getting attention or not getting the reaction from people that you want, forcing the reaction through fixing your outside life, which is fixing yourself, looking better, having a better life situation, and then feeling good as a result of your reactions to other people's negative reactions to you. That's not real confidence, because that confidence is based on other people's reaction to you, which means it could be taken away by them not caring or by you losing that one thing you gained that they value but you don't value. You see, a lot of people's confidence is just based on what other people think about them, and that's not real confidence. People call that situational confidence. You can put a rock star who's confident on the stage, put him in front of people, put him in front of a bar where he doesn't know people. Is he confident there? Nope. Which means, was he really confident, or did he just have situational confidence? Fake confidence has external sources. Sorry about that. I messed up on that thing. Fake confidence only has external sources. You see, so anytime you feel good because of something happening, or you feel that you need this in order to feel confident, or you feel like you need to look like this in order to feel confident, one, that's not real confidence, and two, you have a misconception about what confidence is. Most women's confidence is based on ephemeral sources that will fade away, based on their looks, based on their life circumstance, based on who they're with. They get with a guy and they suddenly feel good about themselves. Those are all sources that will inevitably leave. And that's an issue, because since it will inevitably leave, it means it's not real. It means it's not really confidence. It's just situational confidence. What we want to talk about is true self-esteem. But let's keep talking about what fake confidence is so that you guys can identify it in your life and stop being deceived by it. This type of confidence that we're talking about, situational confidence, is susceptible to fluctuations based on circumstance. So you could right now feel confident because you're the best looking girl in your neighborhood, but suddenly you go to New York City and you find other women are more attractive to you, are more attractive than you. Then what happens? You don't feel confident. You could feel confident right now, and then suddenly 10 years later you don't look the way you look, and then suddenly you're not confident. So did you really was that really a manifestation of your inner state, or was that more of your reaction to your situation? That means that if it was more of a reaction from the situation, that means you're feeding off of the external environment. It means that confidence that you were feeling didn't really originate from you, which means you're not really confident, which means nothing there is of true value. Nothing has really changed. Even though you think you changed because you feel an emotion, you fail to realize the ephemeral nature of those emotions, which is they fade. They fade away. So you can feel good now, but I can promise you that one thing that's making you confident when you grow older is going to cause you pain. That youth that you once had that made you feel good, as you get older, you feel ashamed because you prided yourself in that. Everyone knew you as that confident young woman. Now you're older, and where do you derive your confidence from? From nowhere. That means that you were never really confident. That means that you were still frail, even though you looked confident. Even though to other people you looked confident, you really weren't. You see, and that causes people not to work on themselves because it dilutes them. It fools them to say, you know what, I'm a confident person. I don't need to work myself. And you know what tends to happen? You tend to belittle other people, because in order to feel good, you need to compare yourself to other people. That causes you to belittle other people. That causes you to grow in ego. That causes you to become very dislikable. And the cops are looking at me. This type of confidence is based on comparison and differences. So in order to feel good, you need to feel better about yourself by putting other people down, or by saying something about somebody else that will put you in a higher level. You see, and that kind of confidence causes you to create a world that we're all trying to belittle other people. We're all trying to get an upper hand. This type of confidence is not really meant to socialize with other people and get to know other people for who they are, because we're always trying to get something from them so we can feel good. Don't you see how that relates to relationships? Where when you begin to see men as your source of self-esteem because you lack yourself, that causes you to be clingy, needy. And that causes you to actually pull them away, because guys are feel unattracted to women who have low self-esteem, who have insecurity. Even worse, guys with low self-esteem will use you as your source of self-esteem because you feed off of them and you need their attention. So what is the key to true confidence or true self-esteem? Letting go of external forms of validation and being okay with it. This will lead to presence of mind. You see, when you let go of external validation, you tend to notice that there is chaos in your mind. You tend to notice that you feel pain. You see, true confidence is not feeling good all the time. This is what true confidence is. And this relates a lot to game, to how when I was learning how to talk to girls. Someone who doesn't have confidence, someone who has confidence doesn't mean that they're good at things. Just because you're a confident person doesn't mean you're good at things. But someone who's confident understands that they do suck at an activity, but that they're able to withstand the pain in order to feel good. I know that if I want to do a sport, I am willing to go through the pain of sucking, because I know that behind that valley of pain, there is pleasure. You see, it's being able to be in the midst of the storm, being able to be okay with not being good at things, being able to be okay with being criticized and not be hindered, and being able to keep your presence of mind and focus. It doesn't mean that you don't feel pain, but rather you are okay with pain. It doesn't mean that you don't feel pain, but rather you go towards the pain. You find a difficult situation, you say, in order for me to transcend my current situation, I have to go through the pain. So confidence is more about being able to feel pain and be okay with it. People who don't have confidence see the pain and they run away from it. They are cowards of pain. That happens a lot. Wherein, rather than improving on yourself, you run up. Wait. I better be recording this thing with my good webcam, right? All right. 1 second. Okay, good. Sorry about that. I thought I wasn't recording, right? So rather than feeling, okay, my bad. So rather than feeling the pain, they run away from it through externalizing it. They say to themselves, they have two choices: work on myself, which leads to pain, but will inevitably lead to a better self, or find a quick fix, find the quick pill. What someone's telling me, all right, let me get that plastic surgery. All right, let me get this, let me get that. Oh, give me that validation in order to feel good. Give me that Band-Aid in order to feel good. Those external sources of validation will strengthen that pain through your compulsive desire to find more pleasure. Because as soon as that pleasure doesn't provide the pleasure it used to provide, because of how dopamine naturally is, the more you get stimulated by something, the less it stimulates you, the more pain arises. And as a result, the more you go towards the external stimulus and other people's validation. So you don't develop that presence of mind, and as soon as you feel pain, you panic. Confidence doesn't come from comparisons and differences, but from an acceptance of all the aspects of yourself. See, people who have low confidence will only show the positive things about them, will only show the good things, but will hide all of the negative aspects of themselves. They compartmentalize themselves. They judge and label the aspects of themselves. They say this is good and this is bad. Now, why is that? Because it's bad because other people would think it's bad. And it's good because other people would think it's good. And that turns to tear you apart. And you begin to love and hate certain parts about yourself. And that's where you just try to highlight the good and hide the bad. That's all emptiness inside. You see, and that's all because you're looking on the outside. And when you look inside, you see war, you see inner conflict. And so what happens? Because you're not used to experiencing the pain, because you're so used to externalize it, you look on the outside more. And you try to look for validation. But you know what sucks? When that one thing when the validation that you used to get is not there no more. As you grow older, the less validated you get from the outside world. So you either accept it, and you begin to experience what it's like not to gain validation, which I will talk about later on, or you look for other sources of validation. You either get plastic surgery, or you try to have kids in order to make you feel good, or you try to find a husband in order to make yourself feel good, or you try to buy new cats, a whole bunch of dogs, and you become the cat lady. It doesn't matter, but you need something to fill the whole void inside, because going into that void, you may find yourself But you have to go through all of those superficial things that you have laid upon yourself, that you call you, your looks, the validation you get from people, all of those ephemeral things you have to go through. This also applies to being okay with the problems that life brings. You run towards the pain and not running away from it. People who have low confidence don't like to confront the pain because they fail to realize how powerful they are. They don't understand that you have an internal servo mechanism that allows you to adjust to difficult circumstances, but you have to train it. And how do you train it? Through exposing it to negative and painful circumstances. You have to expose it, but when you're not used to it because you're so used to getting the quick fixes, you go on the outside, and you divert your attention from what will provide the true realization of who you are, and you go onto the outside world. So every time you feel pain, you look outside. You try to get a status. You try to put a new photo, a new status in order to get a like, and those are all empty pleasures. This comes because you have a deep understanding that your sense of self isn't tied up to external circumstance. So when you begin to look on the inside, you begin to look and realize that there is pain, that there are, but somehow, some way, you're still there. But you have to challenge your assumptions. The assumption that people have is that if I look inside, I'm not going to be okay. Try it yourself right now. Ask yourself, what would happen right now if I stopped trying to feel better? Ask yourself this question. Right now, am I trying to feel better right now? Just look inside if you're trying to feel better. For the most part, you are. Then what I would dare you to ask yourself is this. What would happen if I stopped trying to feel better? Just for 10 seconds. And see what happens. Don't put any effort to feel good, which is stop looking on the outside and stay inside in that pain. Stay in the midst of the storm and see what happens. You know what happens? Nothing happens. The pain intensifies, but nothing happens. You're still there. What tends to happen is that you just allow those things to happen, and peace automatically comes to you. Yeah, on the outside surface, there's a storm, but the deeper you go into this deep sea, the lesser you are affected. The more at peace you will find yourself. You will grow a tolerance to pain. And the more you allow the pain to dwell there without you touching it, through trying to feel better, you just allow it to be there. And you will notice that nothing happens. That will enable you to handle circumstances without any fear. That will enable you to look at the difficult situations in life and run towards it, because you know deep down that it doesn't change you, because you're not any of it. Because even though situations change, emotions change, somehow you're still there. You see, the reason why your sense of self is tied up to it, because if something bad happens, your self-image is diminished. You see yourself as a failure. You see yourself as someone who sucks relative to other people, comparing yourself to other people. But when you allow yourself to feel the pain, when you allow yourself to feel whatever you are experiencing, the shame, the doubt, all of those negative things, you know what tends to happen? You tend to stay there, but you tend to feel peace. Because the lack of peace comes because you're looking on the outside. This comes because you have a deep understanding. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So in other words, when you go inside, allow yourself to be in the midst of the storm and realize that nothing really happens. You become your own source of positive emotions. You learn to derive peace and happiness from the inside. You're not intaking happiness, but rather you are expressing happiness. Now, other people could feed off of you. Other people could feed off of your confidence. It doesn't mean that you're going to feel good when negative things happen. It just means that you know you're going to be okay. It just means that you know that who you are is unchanging despite the circumstance. And as a result, men will not become your source of happiness. And then you will be liberated. That neediness that used to make men pull away doesn't make them pull away anymore. They will notice that they'll try to manipulate you in order to feel like shit. They'll try to use mind tricks on you, but because you have the tendency to run towards the pain, they're running away from the pain. You know what will happen? It won't affect you. That natural tendency to run away from discomfortable situations. Now your tendency will be to run towards the pain, explore the pain. But how is that done? Simple. Notice where you derive your pride and pain and stop holding on to it. Notice where you derive all your happiness from, and notice where you derive your pain from. And stop trying to run away from pain, and stop trying to run away and stop trying to run towards the pleasure. You notice that compulsiveness to derive happiness from the good things in your life? Stop trying to do that. Notice what it feels like to just be where you are without running towards your pleasures in life. I'm not talking about not doing the activity, but let go of the salvation that those things will make you happy. Notice the pain in your life and stop running away from it and go into the pain and explore the physical sensations of your pain. Explore the sensation of your pain, because most of the time you run away from it through mental projections. Go into the pain and feel the sensation. Literally, write down the physical sensations of your experience. You then begin to realize that you're still there after you stop clinging on to things. That even though the conceptual sense of self is gone, somehow you're still there. And you know what happens? Suddenly, you realize that circumstances doesn't enhance or diminish you. All of those things were illusions. You find that equilibrium. We're not trying to find happiness. We're trying to find peace. So you know what happens when you do that? Nothing scares you. Circumstances don't scare you. The guy rejecting you doesn't affect you. The guy accepting you doesn't accept you. So you don't have that neediness for him to give you happy, and you don't have that fear of him rejecting you, because you still know whatever happens, you're still going to be there. You will also learn to blend with reality, which also includes people. The compassion will lead to confidence. You see what I'm saying? So you will not be intimidated by men no more. You will learn to have compassion. You will learn to appreciate people for who they are. You will stop seeing them as a source of happiness. This will automatically improve your relationship with men, because there is no more neediness or insecurity. Because the most unattractive thing in women is neediness. And that's not going to be there no more. You're not going to be as clingy no more. And that's what you got to do. It's not about improving yourself to be confident, but rather seeing all of the positive and negative aspects and seeing them for what they are, running towards the pain and running away from the pleasures of life, and stop deriving your happiness from the things you feel pride from, and be there. Be in that pain in the midst of the storm and explore what happens when you stay there. Usually what happens is this: nothing happens. You're still intact. Your mind may create mental images, but it doesn't affect you. You still allow yourself to experience the pain. You grow tolerant, and as a result, there's no such thing as a painful situation. Nothing affects you. You're not afraid no more. You don't lack the confidence. You will feel the fluctuations, but you're not gonna try to run away from it. You're gonna stay there, and nothing would happen. No one will be able to take that confidence away from you, because it derives from yourself. You become your own source of happiness. And that's what confidence is. Being okay with pain and not deriving your happiness and self-esteem from external stimulus. Anyways, it's Alex from mindfulattraction.org. If you guys need one-on-one coaching, just go to mindfulattraction.org/innergame coaching. And I hope you guys have a good day. And if you guys haven't seen my previous video, just go check it out. It's in my previous video. You guys will see it. Just go to my channel and check it out, all right? Have a good day. Bye-bye.